The chair, you were live.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. We'll call to order the regularly scheduled virtual meeting of the Alcoholic Beverage Control Board on Wednesday, May 4th, 2022. It's about 7:05 p.m. Board members present tonight are Dick Peterson, Kia Baskerville, Elizabeth Conger, Chris Ledoux, and my name is Jimmy Fraley. Also present with us tonight, we have City Attorney Mike Lyles and Deputy City Clerk Cynthia Gaines. First order of business is the approval of the minutes. Has the board reviewed the minutes of our last meeting, April 6, 2022? And if so, do we have any corrections or modifications?
I move they be approved.
Second.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye. Or raise your hand.
Aye.
All right, the minutes will stand as approved. Before we dive into our new business tonight, I'd like to state for the record that since this is a virtual hearing, anybody who wishes to submit public testimony may do so by way of written testimony, which can be submitted as part of the official record. Anyone wishing to submit written testimony may do so by going to www.annapolis.gov/ABC. All written testimony that has been submitted prior to today will become part of the official record of the proceedings tonight. So with that, we will turn on to our new business. First item on our agenda, we have an application for an upgrade of an alcoholic beverage license for the new Market House LLC trading as Market House. This is an upgrade from a B4 ABG beer and wine to a beer for ABG B wine and liquor for New Market LLC trading as Market House located at 25 Main Street, 21401. And who do we have tonight with us for Market House?
Mr. Bob Harrison is here. I'm trying to bring him forward now.
All right. Mr. Harrison, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Can you turn your camera on by any chance?
Mr. Harrison, here we go. He's coming forward now.
Mr. Harrison, we can hear you. I was just wondering if you could turn your camera on.
There you go.
I'll
There we
turn
go.
it on. There you go.
There we go. Thanks. And looks like we have somebody, Keith Bouchard here.
Mr. Bouchard.
There we go.
There we go.
Mr. Bouchard, you're muted right now, so I'm going to ask you to turn your microphone on if you could.
There we go.
All right, great. And if everybody who's here tonight could please just state your name and addresses for the record. Mr. Bouchard, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm Keith Bouchard, 18 Bryce Road, Annapolis, 21409.
Okay.
Michelle Bouchard, same address.
Mr. Harrison?
Robert Harrison, 11 Civilwood Circle, Annapolis, 21403.
Okay.
And Lori Lyon on 34 Lafayette Avenue, Annapolis, 21401.
All right, great. Thank you all for being here tonight. You can go ahead and tell us what you're seeking.
Yeah, so I'll start. So again, my name is Keith Bouchard, and my wife, Michelle, is a partner in the New Market House LLC. She and Lori Lyon are the license holder. We're applying for an upgrade to our beer and wine license to add liquor. We're not asking for a 2 a.m. license. And if it's appropriate, would you like me to make some general comments about the nature of our request, or how would you like to pursue?
Yeah, that'd be great. This is your
Okay,
opportunity to present your request to the board. So
okay, great. Will do. Okay, great. So so I'm going to really touch on three different topics, I should say. Number one would be our general mission and philosophy. Second thing would be why we feel that the upgrade to the license makes sense to the citizens of Annapolis. And the third thing would be just some final details that we think might be helpful to your process of your consideration. So first of all, our mission. In our proposal, which we submitted to the City Council in February of 2018, when we were trying to get the lease, we stated our mission as three things. Number one, to be the catalyst for the revitalization of City Dock in the greater downtown area, to be a good neighbor to the citizens of Annapolis, and to be a good steward of the important landmark of the Market House, and help to restore it to its position as a vibrant center of commerce and as a meeting place for locals and visitors alike. I think we've delivered on that proposal. I think we've created something pretty special at the Market House. We've taken a property that had been historically, throughout some periods of its history, much maligned in the public eye for some time, and had really been a liability to the city in many ways. We've made it a vibrant meeting place. Today, the Market House is no longer a financial liability to the city. For the first time in probably a decade, the Market House is actually generating positive net revenue to the city of Annapolis. In addition, we've made significant upgrades to the interior and the exterior of the building, and we've really returned it to a beautiful showcase and a very historic and important property. We've worked closely with our market space partners, Middleton's, McGarvey's, Iron Rooster, Fed House, et cetera, to create an outdoor urban setting where residents and visitors can sit and enjoy a meal, have a beverage, often have music or entertainment. As you may have seen recently, we've added upgrades to our tables, and all the other partners are doing that as well, and making market space a much more vibrant place for people to congregate and enjoy City Dock. Inside the building, our philosophy has been to cater to the local clientele. We offer produce, proteins, dairy, and dry goods for sale. We believe in our credo, which has been that visitors want to go where the locals go, and we wanted to build a place that locals would be comfortable going, and then all the tourists will follow along. We have a very strong following. We cater to all generations. You'll often see 3, sometimes 4 generations sitting together at the Market House, all enjoying themselves. And we feel like we've been successful in doing what we set out to accomplish, which is to make it, the Annapolis extended living room. Second thing I'd like to talk about is, why we feel the upgrade of the license makes sense to the citizens of Annapolis. We think that adding liquor as an option to the choices available at the Market House will enhance the customer experience. It'll allow more people to enjoy the beautiful space inside the Market House, on the patio in Hopkins Plaza, and market space up behind. The bottom line is our customers expect this option. They expect when they come in to be able to order a cocktail. I can't tell you how many times a group of people walk in, they sit down, they fall in love with the vibe, and then they get up and have to leave because we just simply can't offer them the drink of choice. People are actually really shocked. And the final thing is, I'll just kind of give you some details that I think might be helpful to your consideration. Number one is all of our bar staff are tip certified. We only sell to-go beer and wine out of our bar register to ensure proper compliance. We're ordering signs that will ask our customers to, just remind them to be respectful of our neighbors as they leave the establishment. We currently have signs that say that open alcoholic drinks may not be carried off premises. We enforce the rule that only staff members can take a drink outside the building. We're seeking no change to our 2 a.m. license. We're just looking to add liquor to the existing beer and wine license. We cater to the adult and family population with our product mix, with our atmosphere, and the type of entertainment that we offer. We have not had any security issues such as over-intoxication, fights, aggression, etc. We have a clean record with the ABC board. We work in conjunction with our market space partners to provide security during market space events and secure the areas around the Market House as well. And the bottom line is we've worked towards making this the living room of downtown Annapolis and a gathering place for multiple generations of locals and visitors. But the problem is we're still struggling to come out of the COVID lockdown, and we're struggling with changes in the economy and changes of the business environment. In addition, we and others are going to be challenged as a result of the rebuilding of the downtown garage, which we absolutely support, but it just provides added challenges. So we need every resource to try to make it through these times. We don't expect any significant change to the nature of our business. We're just simply looking to add another product line. We still expect it to be a family gathering place, the meeting place for residents, the place to pick up, something to take home and cook or eat it there. We expect to maintain similar hours to what we've had in the past and what we said in our proposal to the City Council. But now, as we're coming out of the pandemic, we're challenged with a very tight labor market. that's going to become extremely tight in the next couple of months as 2 new 400-seat restaurants open up downtown. We support them both, and we think that it's going to help to continue this revitalization of downtown Annapolis. But the business climate, competitive climate, and the labor market is just getting even more tight. So we need the liquor license to be able to survive and to thrive in a strong market, and to just sort of continue our advancement of making the Market House the place that it really should be in the downtown Annapolis. So with that, I'll pause there and see if you all have any questions.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bouchard. Mr. Harrison, do you have anything you want to add, or?
I think Keith summed us up pretty well. I can tell you, I'm the general manager here at the Market House. I've been basically doing what I'm doing now for the last 47 years, almost all of them within Annapolis. You know, for those who know me, you know, they're well aware that my philosophy is to make this place an extension of one's living room. You know, it's real important that the residents, you know, that any resident feel comfortable coming in here. You know, my goal is that, you know, 3 generations of a family could come in here at 9 o'clock at night, and all 3 of them feel very comfortable, very welcome, and all 3 enjoy themselves. And that'll be our guiding philosophy as we go forward. Yeah, there's no question that, you know, offering liquor along with the beer and wine will definitely improve our dinner numbers. And I think with the environment, you know, we're going to be facing for the next 16 months to 2 years, I think it's important that we add that, you know, as a, you know, center for, you know, income to dinner. And it's very difficult to do without, you know, having that, you know, capability to serve alcohol with beer and wine.
Okay, thank you. Only question that I have before I turn it over to the board to see if they have anything else. Are you worried that adding liquor is going to affect your sale percentages? I was looking at what you provided. It says that you have 76.7% of your total sales going to food, and then the remaining 23.3 is for beer and wine. Do you think that that's going to be skewed in any way by the additional sale of liquor if the board agrees to grant your request?
I feel pretty strongly that it's not going to change much, again, because with the addition of the alcohol, we're going to increase that food cover average at dinner time. Right now, you know, probably for our food sales, you know, it's probably only maybe 20% of our total sales after 6 o'clock. And, you know, the problem in not having the alcohol, you have 4 people, you know, 2 couples, they're going to go out to dinner, and if, you know, all, you know, they'll know what everyone else is drinking. If one of them, you know, is only going to have a martini with his dinner, you know, like no one's going to bring up coming to the Market House, no matter how good our food is. So, you know, it gives us that capability to reach that customer. I think that the sales of the food, you know, between 6 and 10 o'clock are going to improve so much that I don't see that percent going down.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's the only question that I have at this time. Do the board members have any questions?
I just wanted to ask, I'm sorry. Just want to make sure. Yep, I'm on. So I just wanted to ask, with beer, wine, and liquor, do you guys see yourselves asking for extensions, say on special occasions like New Year's Eve or when there are fireworks?
Extensions means staying open later.
Yeah, staying open later.
We haven't in the past. We've never asked to stay open later. We seem to fizzle out towards the end of the night because we aren't that you know, loud, raucous place. People seem to eat dinner and go. So I don't know. What do you think? I don't.
Yeah, we don't expect it. I think we like the flexibility just to be competitive. Going forward, we'd love the flexibility of asking for it, but I think at this point we don't really plan on it. I'd say that's pretty much where we stand.
Thank you.
One thing I didn't mention is we've received the support from all of the businesses on market space. So that'd be Middleton's, McGarvey's, Iron Rooster, and Federal House. They've all, stepped up and said that they wholeheartedly support our application. You may have received notification from them, but if not, they've asked me to mention that.
No, thank you for doing so.
I've got a question.
Okay, go ahead.
In terms of like security, I mean, I know about all the other places, and most of the places around you, particularly on the weekends, have bouncers. I mean, are you concerned at all about, once you serve alcohol, I mean, there might be a need for extra security?
Bob, you've been looking into that. Why don't you take that question first?
Yeah, if we see a need for security, we would take, quick action to add security. Again, we can, the atmosphere that we can control the atmosphere inside of here. Again, I've been doing that for a lot of years, and I'm not looking for an environment where security is really necessary. That's not, that's not the crowd that we're looking for, where, we'll feel the need for security. But again, if necessary, we'll have it. I see, in regards to security, if we need security late at night, I see it not so much at the front door, but at the rear doors. Someone sitting by that door going into the restrooms. And we plan to, as soon as Rise Up closes, we plan to have those doors where you can't come in, they'll be locked from the outside. Of course, it has the bar to go out from the inside. But right now, in looking at whether we're going to need security on a weekend, or that's where I see us needing one. I think our host staff at the front door will have plenty of control, in regards to, yes. I just don't, I don't see the need now. But if it arises, no one will act quicker than me.
We haven't had a problem with, we don't get that crowd. We don't get that late night crowd. We haven't. And if liquor changes that, then we would act on it for sure.
Thank you. Chris, you had your hand up?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for your success and enduring through the pandemic. I really, the Market House is a great value add to our community, and I appreciate that. To that point, you've used the words, the environment, you called it, our community living room. You've talked about the vibe. So, I'm just trying to imagine what you're envisioning, because liquor is a lot of things. So, I'm envisioning coming in on a Sunday at 10 a.m. with my family and maybe my young nieces and nephews. And, if I see some Bloody Marys and mimosas and things like that, but I wouldn't expect to sit down next to, some hard pounding early bachelor party or something. At the same time, dinner hour, martinis, in other words, when you say liquor, I mean, am I looking at walking in and seeing, not that there's anything wrong with a typical full service bar and bar atmosphere, but I'm trying to figure out what you're envisioning in terms of alignment with your current vibe and family community atmosphere.
Sure. To be competitive, we are choosing, how we compete, right? We're not looking to be that sort of place that you're alluding to, right? There are plenty of places, great places around to have that experience. A lot of people would like that experience, so we're not looking to be that place. We're looking to be different. We're looking to be, like we said, to have that vibe, that marketplace sort of vibe, the downtown urban center, family gathering place. 2 or 3 couples get together before they go out to dinner somewhere, have a cheese board, charcuterie board, high quality thing, maybe have a cocktail. We sell plenty of mimosas and Bloody Marys now. They're just made with, obviously mimosas, but the Bloody Marys are made with sake, not with vodka. So, we do that already, and it's still a nice, friendly vibe, on a Saturday morning, downtown Annapolis.
Thank you.
We're really not looking to change our business model at all. We're just looking to add a tweak.
I just wanted to make sure, because I know, others are watching and whatnot, understanding that your intention is to still keep, the atmosphere and community friendly type vibe that you've built in a management.
No question.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? Mr. Bouchard, Mr. Harrison, anything else you want to add?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
I think we're good. Thank you.
All right. Well, with nothing further, do I hear a motion regarding this application for an upgrade of the alcoholic beverage license from from B4 ABG beer wine to a B4 ABG beer wine and liquor to New Market LLC, trading as Market House, located at 25 Market Space, Annapolis, Maryland 21401.
I move to approve, Mr. Chairman.
There a second?
Second.
All right. Any additional discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Dick, do you oppose?
Aye.
Okay. Your request is granted. Congratulations, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No more sake.
All right. Next item on the agenda. We have an application for consumption of alcoholic beverages on city property at the Stanton Center for an 80th birthday party with music to Ms. Downs Hicks, scheduled for Saturday, May 14th, 2022, from 5 to 9 p.m., located at 92 West Washington Street, Annapolis, Maryland 21401. All right. Who's here on behalf of the applicant?
Alona Downs Hicks.
Hi, Ms. Downs Hicks. How are you?
I'm fine.
Can you turn your camera on by any chance?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, not a problem.
There I am.
Great, thank you. Can you just give us your full name and address for the record, please?
10 Arbor Hill Road, Annapolis, Maryland, 21403.
All right, great. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this birthday party?
It's a party for my mom. Her birthday is today, and we are just trying to have a surprise party for her. We threw her completely off because she thinks the party is for someone else. She's been having a few issues, and we just wanted to make her birthday feel special for her. Our family has not been together ever since like COVID, and we just wanted to get together and just have a good time amongst the family and some of her friends, her old friends that are still here.
Okay, great. And I see on your application it's for adults only. Do you mean
Yes.
only people over the age of 21 are going to be there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you've got elite security helping you out with the event?
Yes.
Great. All right. And your cutoff time is 9 p.m., right?
Yes.
All right. Does the board have any questions about this event? Chris, go ahead.
Thank you, Ms. Downs Hicks. Is the 100-person estimate just an estimate? I mean, are you really expecting 100 people?
It's just an estimate because some of them didn't RSVP, and we really had a cutoff for that because we wanted to know exactly how much food we needed to prepare. So it was just an estimate. It will probably not be over 100, but it probably be close to it.
Okay. And I see they're bringing their own bottles in, like, you know these people and your friends and whatnot.
Yes.
What do you expect them bringing in? Some beer, wine?
Probably beer and wine. Maybe a few might have liquor, but just mostly beer and wine, I believe.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Congratulations on your mom's birthday.
Thank you.
I
But
hope
I've
she's
got a
not
question.
I hope she's not watching this because that would ruin the surprise.
That's why I
but-
came and sat on the deck so that she wouldn't hear me.
Yeah, Kia, sorry to interrupt.
So are you, I mean, are there any security concerns at all? I mean, I know that you're estimating up to 100, but it sounds, no matter what, it sounds like a lot of people. And are you prepared to, I don't know, are you gonna have wristbands or anything that will be able to, security guards at the entrance?
Well, we'll have someone at the door, because we are gonna, with the RSVP, we are gonna have a checklist. So if you didn't RSVP, then most likely you won't be able to get in because we gave you more than enough time to RSVP because the invitations went out and the cutoff was the 30th. And so up until maybe we gave them a couple more days and we haven't heard from anybody else. So when we do our checklist, if you're not on it, then I'm sorry. You can't get in.
All right, any other questions of Ms. Downs Hicks?
No.
Okay, all right, well, hearing none, do I hear a motion regarding this request for consumption of alcoholic beverages on city property with live music to Ms. Downs Hicks for her mom's 80th birthday party scheduled on Saturday, May 14th, from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Stanton Center, 92 Washington Street, Annapolis, 21401.
So moved.
Yeah,
Second,
second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, have fun,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Downs Hicks.
Thank
And
you so
happy
much.
birthday to your mom.
Happy
Thank
birthday
you.
to your mom. My mom just turned 82,
Yeah, tell Mom
or
happy
80 as
birthday.
well. So God bless.
And we learned if we ever get an invite from you, we need to reply right away.
Right, absolutely,
Yeah.
that's your fact, yeah. All right, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right, next on the agenda, we have a request for a special Class C one-day liquor license for beer, wine, and liquor, including live music to the historic Annapolis, or excuse me, to historic Annapolis for the Pack a Girlfriend Party fundraiser scheduled on Wednesday, June 15th, 2022 from 5 to 9 p.m. at 186 Prince George Street, Annapolis, Maryland, 21401. And who do we have here for historic Annapolis?
Hello, Kaylin Bedsworth is here.
Hi, Ms. Bedsworth, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. If you could just give us your address and then go ahead and begin your presentation. Tell us a little bit about the party.
My home address is 619 North Bestgate Road, Annapolis, Maryland, 21401.
All right, thanks. Go ahead and let us know about this event.
The Pecos Girlfriends Party is an annual fundraiser for historic Annapolis that's held at the William Pecos Garden on Prince George Street every year. This is its 14th year, and it has a really great following of people who think it's a social event of the season, and it's a really wonderful event. It's our biggest fundraiser of the year. The event is from 5 to 9. It is a ticketed event, so people must buy tickets in order to get in the door. It is advertised as a 21 and over event only. We will be carding at the door, as well as our bartenders are all tip certified and may card as well if they feel the need to do so. We will not let people take drinks off the premises, and the bars close prior to 9 o'clock so that people are completed their drink before the event is over. And our music ends at 8:30, so that gives a little extra time before the 9 o'clock cutoff.
All right, and you said this was your 14th year. Have you ever had any issues in the past with the event?
We have not, that I'm aware of.
Okay. And you got a crowd of approximately 500 people. Is that typical that what you've had in years past?
It is. It's actually smaller. With COVID, we've reduced the size to trying to allow for more people to distance themselves. So it's actually about 200 people less than we've had in the past.
Okay. Okay. And have you always had music in the past? I see here you have a steel drum band playing.
Yes.
Is that the same as you guys had previously?
At least for the last 6 years.
Okay. And,
Since I've been-
no complaints from your neighbors or anything with respect to noise?
Not that I've received.
Perfect. Okay. That's all that I have. Any additional questions from the board?
No, I think it's been a pretty well-known event for a while. So, Mr. Chairman, I motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor of this of the approval of this special Class C one-day liquor license for the Take a Girlfriend fundraiser, say aye.
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 All right. Congratulations. Best of luck.
Thank
Have
you
fun.
so much. We're so grateful.
All right. Next, we have a sidewalk cafe permit request by Level Lounge LLC, trading as Level, a small plate lounge located at 69 West Street, Annapolis, Maryland, 21401. And who's here tonight for Level?
I am Jennifer Sowers.
Hi, Ms. Sowers. How are you?
I'm good. Can you guys see me?
Yep.
Oh, there we are.
Perfect. Perfect. Can you just give us your address? You've already put your name on the record. If you could just give us your address, please.
Sure. It's Jennifer Sowers, 8365 Capel Drive, Pasadena, Maryland, 21122.
All right, Ms. Sowers, thanks for being here tonight. Can you just tell us a little bit about this request?
Sure. We are looking to join the ranks of other restaurants on West Street that have outdoor seating. We had a tent during COVID and it went really well and our guests really appreciated it. Whereas we don't want to put the money out for the parking spaces, but we would like to continue to have outdoor seating. We've already had a lot of guests asking if we were going to have seats outside. We have, our proposal includes 8 tables and a total of 28 seats. For those of you that are not aware, Level actually has 2 landlords, one at 69 West Street, and then we also have 77 West Street. So during COVID, I reached out to 77 West, the landlord there, and we have an agreement with them that allows us to use their sidewalk space. And we're already have insurance in place for that as well. And City of Annapolis is included in that. And so is the landlord for that side. So we currently have, the tables from when we did COVID and everything went well with that. We didn't have any issues with guests leaving with alcoholic beverages. I think our team is well versed in that. We just did a reteach of how to handle folks that may be intoxicated and what the steps are at Level to address that. And our manager is also well versed in handling those situations. So we don't anticipate anything different really from when we had the tent, besides the fact that it would be on the sidewalks. It does allow space for ADA compliance. So we took all of that into consideration. And that's really all I have. Does anyone have any questions?
Now, let's see. Does the board have any questions of Ms. Sowers in this request? Yeah, Chris, go ahead.
Thank you. Bear with me for a moment. I apologize because we got a lot of applications just a couple days ago, and so some of my questions might be in the materials, but still want to maybe ask. So can you explain to me, do you currently have a sidewalk cafe permit?
No, Level has never had anything for outdoor dining before COVID happened.
Okay, so this is a new sidewalk cafe permit.
Correct.
And I think I'm seeing something in the application here. So these spots are spots that would be on West Street, is that?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I think I saw a photograph or something of some spots in a back parking lot, or maybe I'm.
I think I included a like an overhead shot of the property, but there's only 3 parking spaces behind Level, and they're not somewhere where you would want to sit and eat food.
Understood.
Yeah.
That was my question. It just confused me a little bit. So,
Sure.
I think that's it for the questions. I'll probably have some discussion with my colleagues
Sure.
during a discussion period. Thank you.
Of course.
All right. Any other questions of Ms. Sowers? All right, well, then do we have, is there a motion for this application for a new sidewalk cafe to Level Lounge LLC trading as Level, a small plate lounge located at 69 West Street, Annapolis, Maryland, 21401?
So moved.
I'll second.
Second. Mr. Ledoux, did you want to have some discussion?
Yeah, can we have some discussion briefly and maybe appropriate for the city manager to provide guidance? I'm looking at chapter 4 of our rules and regulations involving sidewalk cafes, which basically requires the applications to be treated as a new application for a liquor license. And I just wanted to ask the city attorney if that's how we should be proceeding in looking at this application.
That's entirely up to you.
Well,
Up to the
I
board.
think we should have further discussion on it offline.
To be quite honest, I don't know how we can go offline.
Well, you know what I mean.
Let me add this, that the board has the ability to, in this case and in others that you've reviewed and approved, extend what is a liquor license already granted to an individual owner, bar, etc. I have never seen, since I've been here in 2.5 years, that the board has taken a new license to merely extend a license, much like people ask for a one-day license to be in the middle of the street. They already have a liquor license. They're doing something like Dining Under the Stars or Boat Show. This is like in what you've done in the past is like that. It's an extension of an already granted license, merely because in these cases of sidewalk permits, the sidewalk cafe is an acceptable use of the sidewalk, and they have to get certain permits from the city to even do it. I think before they do it, they'd like to know that they at least have been granted the ability to serve the alcohol as an extension of their restaurant. Once the restaurant has the extension by the city, that outdoor premises becomes their whole premises. And so the board can review an extension into this outdoor additional premises that's been granted by the city. So usually the alcohol board decides first. If that's granted, then they go to the city and get the sidewalk cafe permits.
So, Mr. Lyles, and thank you. As you know, I'm a new member of the board, and so I've been reading the rules and regulations, and I'm not trying to alter maybe practices that the board has adopted since. Maybe that begs the question that at some point we should probably review our rules and regulations to make them reflect the practices. Obviously, being a new member, I'm not aware of the practices. I'm just going by what I'm reading here in the rules. Also wanting to make sure any decisions we make are defensible. should someone challenge that decision. In any event, so it would be appropriate then, say, an appropriate motion for me to make if it attracts a second, Mr. City Manager, for there to be an approval conditioned upon a subsequent acquisition of a sidewalk cafe permit from the city.
So I'm sorry, Mr. Laws. I had already sent the information over to HPC. And so they're just waiting for you guys to make a decision. And then they will review like our chairs and our tables. And then same thing with zoning and permits.
Right.
Yeah, I think
just a conditional approval based on the other approvals that are necessary.
I don't know that you need to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really add anything, because if they don't get the approval, they can't serve the alcohol anyway. So if you approve it, it's only because they're applying for a sidewalk permit. And I'm reading chapter 4 of the rules. And right now, as I discussed in the first paragraph, licensees are seeking to amend the license to serve alcohol beverage in the extended area. So this is an amendment to an already applied for license.
Right, but then it goes on to say shall be treated like a new application. Right?
Well, shall be treated like a new application only because they have to come to you and ask for permission.
Right.
They don't have to apply in a new form or format other than what you've seen.
Right. The board shall consider such application and apply the same standards applicable to the issuance of a new alcoholic beverage.
Exactly. So you use the same standards, but there is not a need for a new form other than the permit request, which you have in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, thank
Mr.
you, Mr.
Woodlow,
Laws.
sorry, I would also just like to say that we've owned Level for almost 5 years, and we've never had any issues with our liquor license. I see Cindy shaking her head. So if you could
Miss Sowers, it's not, we're all moving fast in the city. We have like a chicken and egg situation going on right now with
okay. Yeah.
Outdoor parking requirements, parking lots, parklets, sidewalk cafes, it's, we're not trying to hold anybody up. It has nothing to do with you. It's just trying to figure out,
Right.
like I said, who goes first, the chicken or the egg?
Okay.
Thanks.
Rules as stated are legally sufficient, and the manner in which the board has approved these in the past is appropriate and fair and reasonable for those who apply.
All right, well, is there any other additional discussion before we put it to a vote? All right, all those in favor? Yeah, it's already been moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, the request carries. Thank you so much, Ms. Sowers. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, everyone.
All right. Next, we have an application for consumption of alcoholic beverages at the Stanton Center to Paulette Carroll for a Mother's Day paint and sip scheduled on Sunday, May 8th, 2022 from 1 to 6 p.m. Again, at the Stanton Center, 92 West Washington Street, Annapolis, Maryland, 21401. And is Miss Carroll here tonight?
Sure, I don't see her. I do have two people that are unnamed, one phone number. I can't.
It looks like her phone, she gave us two phone numbers, Julian, 295-5519, and then a 693-1827.
No.
Miss Carroll going once, going twice. No Miss Carroll. All right. So Cindy, if you could just send her a letter letting her know that we can't approve it because she didn't appear, or notify her some way.
I will notify the Stanton Center, yes.
Great, thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Next up, we have an open to the public event number 1 by the Peerless Wrens Club, 406 Chester Avenue, Annapolis, Maryland, 21403. for the Nathan and the Zydeco, scheduled for Saturday, May 21st, 2022, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at 406 Chester Avenue. And who do we have here for the Stanton Center?
Hi there, this is Keisha Kersey with the Peerless Wrens Club.
Oh, sorry, the Peerless Friends Club.
That's
I'm
all
sorry, Ms. Jersey. Sorry about that. Stanton Center on my mind. If you could just give us your address for the record and tell us a little bit about this this event.
Yeah, 406 Chester Avenue, Annapolis, Maryland, 21403. And the Peerless Wrens Club is a historical social organization started in 1948 by my grandfather and several of the men in the neighborhood. And so I'm a legacy member, just keeping it going and keeping the history alive and going. So the last time I came in front of you was for a Zydeco event, which is Southwest Louisiana music, like washboards and accordion. We had someone come up in August because there's a big Zydeco community that just loves to dance. And it was a great event. It was in the middle of the COVID surge, but folks still braved it and came out, and we just had a great time. So there are 2 other bands that are interested in coming up and performing at our space. And that's what we are applying for. The first would be on May 21st, and that's Nathan and the Zydeco Cha-Chas. He's got a pretty big following. He's performed at the Kennedy Center, and they let us know they were coming up and we're looking for a space. So we'd love to be able to host them. And then the other event is on July 21st. This is the band we already had back in August, Curly Taylor and the Zydeco Trouble. So we're interested in having them back as well. It was just a great time. We have several of our members are law enforcement or former retired law enforcement. So we have, security covered and, they work the door. The Zydeco crowd, they're pretty much a crowd that just loves to dance. Throughout the pandemic, a lot of the places that did sponsor Zydeco shut down. So they're looking for a place to go and dance. And, we love to be that. So yeah, they're just looking to dance and have a good time. And I think that's it. Anything else? I don't know if I'm missing anything.
Oh, no, we might just ask you a couple questions. And I'm going to take the events one by one.
One by one? Okay.
Yeah, so because they seem they might be a little different. So I just want to make sure we're clear on each one. So we're just talking about the May 21st event.
Yes.
And that goes till 10 p.m., correct?
Yes.
Okay. What are you using for bartenders? Who are you using for bartenders? Is it your local members? Is it going to be some third party?
It's a third party, somebody we've worked with in the past who's experienced certified bartender. He loves our club and sort of the crowd we have and represent. So that's who we'll be using for this event.
Okay, and is this a 21 and over event?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. You're gonna be checking IDs at the door?
Yes,
Okay.
and they have to, anybody that comes into our club is required to sign in as well. So we have all their information.
Okay. And I know but as you said, you've been before the board for a Zydeco band event in the past. Did you have any issues with the neighbors? Did anybody complain of any noise or anything?
No, and in the most recent years, we've made a point to connect with our neighbors and invite them over. And I'm smiling because we've been able to build a really good relationship with them. So no complaints.
Okay.
And we're also very considerate around the time frame and not going super late.
Okay, great. Do the board members have any questions?
I do. Ms.
Yeah,
Kersey,
Yes,
are you going to be open to the public?
we would like to open this event to the public. The Nathan and the Zydeco Cha-Chas has a little bit of a larger following, so we would like to open it up to the public.
And what is your capacity?
Our capacity is 150 standing, but for this event and still considering COVID, we're anticipating about 70. We'll be doing online ticket sales to help make sure that we're staying within the parameters.
Okay, the reason I'm asking is I kind of like to go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's the music is just great, just full of joy, full of fun.
Any other questions about this open to the public event? All
Mr.
right.
Chairman, I motion to approve.
All right, is there a second? All right, any
Second.
discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, your first one is approved, Ms. Kersey. Let's go to the second one. This is the open to the public event number 2 for the Peerless Wrens Club for Curly Taylor and the Zydeco Trouble, scheduled for Thursday, July 21st, 2022 from 6 to 10 p.m., 406 Chester Avenue, Annapolis, 21403. Ms. Kersey, why don't you go ahead and tell us about this one?
Yes.
Mr.
Okay.
Chair, Mr. Chair,
Yep.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know if you'd noticed that Alderman Gay was in the room and his hand is raised. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or not, but
I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't notice. Alderman Gay, do you have something you want to add here?
So sorry, and I appreciate you all for just giving me the opportunity to speak here to fully support Peerless Wrens and the activities that they're advertising.
Okay, great. Thank you. Sorry I didn't see you earlier.
No problem at all. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, thanks, Cindy. All right, Ms. Kersey, I'll let you continue forward here. Sorry about that interruption.
Great, and thank you, Alderman Gray. Yeah, so the second event is similar event to the first. Curly Taylor and the Zydeco Trouble is a band out of Southwest Louisiana. They're the ones that we had there in August, this past August. Same type of event. We'd like to open up to the public because of the Zydeco following that we have. We plan on using the same bartender. The event will only be for individuals 21 and over. And then we also have our members that have experience with law enforcement and large crowds that will be serving as security, working the door at the event, checking IDs and making sure that, folks are signing in. We anticipate this to be a little bit smaller event. The other one, like I said, was just larger, more nationally known. Curly's more locally. So we didn't anticipate it being more than 50. And same thing, we'll definitely be connecting with our neighbors and inviting them out to the show and just ensuring that we're done by 10 and the noise levels are down where they should be.
All right, great. Thank you, Ms. Kersey. The board members have any questions about this event? All right, hearing none, do I hear a motion for approval?
Motion to approve?
Second.
All right, any discussion?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 This one is approved as well, and you might see Dick at that one too.
Yeah, Mr. Peterson, you're gonna have to be my date, sir.
I'd love to be your date, yeah.
And then we'll go to Ms. Kersey. We'll keep you right there in the hot seat for another minute. You have a third request for an open to the public event. This is for the Annapolis Jazz and Roots Festival scheduled on Friday, November 4th, 2022 from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at 406 Chester Avenue, Annapolis, 21403. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this one?
Yeah, so this one I'm excited about because someone reached out to us, Pauline Phillips. I don't know if you all know her, but I know she's planned festivals in the past in Annapolis. So she's planning this Roots and Jazz Festival. It's going to occur for 2 weekends in November. And they reached out to us to be a potential place to host one of the bands. So basically they have bands and performances at different places throughout Annapolis. And they heard about our club, they heard about the history and our strong musical sort of tradition, and were interested in having one of the bands perform at our club. So we would love to participate. We think it's a great way to just get our history and our legacy out, and get more people aware of what the Peerless Wrens Club is and what it represents. So for this one, through conversations with her, it looks like we would be anticipating about 65 attendees. It would be a ticketed event that would be a part of this larger festival. And the same things we had in place for the other ones in terms of security with our members. It would only be for individuals 21 and over. All of that would be the same for this event as well.
Thank you. Any questions from the board members? All right, hearing none, do I hear a motion for approval for this open to the
I make the motion.
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 This request
Have a
is
great
granted.
time, Miss Kersey. I think it's gonna be, I'm excited for you.
Good, thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, now, now we are going to reconvene in an executive session for approximately 20 minutes to discuss the Parklet program and to hear from Mr. Rice on it. We'll also have the opportunity to consult with counsel in this executive session. So with that, I would make a motion that we leave and reconvene in an executive session. I would look for a second.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?